New kitchen was in dire straits. We had potential asbestos issues, a pillar that divided opinion, a kitchen that became our living room, and walls that were in absolute state. Here's how we got on. So here was our kitchen on the day we moved in. Now this is a 1940s home and the kitchen hadn't been updated for a huge amount of years and nothing here worked. We literally had no working cooking equipment, so we literally lived with our good old air fryer throughout the whole renovation. Now what we had here is what looked like it was a previous utility room. Now I actually thought these steel braces here were holding the house up. We never did a survey on this house because of the way we purchased this house. It was through a modern auction, so we really took a risk with it, and I can tell you that luckily once they were taken down the house did not fall down. But the kitchen is a gorgeous size. It's an L shape, huge room, but it was incredibly dark, and as you can see we had some horrible flooring here which potentially had asbestos, as did some of the ceiling throughout our ground floor as well. But this is our starting point, and look at these light switches. Are absolutely insane, the lighting and the wiring in this property. But before we got started with anything, we did have to get the property checked for asbestos. It's best not to take any risks here and start lifting it all up and then realising it's asbestos. So we got a local company out, they tested it. I think it was around £25 per test. But we were so happy that when the results came back, everything was negative. But I do recommend you can get some kits on Amazon as well. We did use a local company, but it was really good for putting our mind at rest. How's the rip out going?
Yeah, good.
You just started. It's gonna be a noisy one. Kathy's like, what the hell? What the hell? Little salt and pepper shaker found, hidden, very cute. Oh, that's disgusting. That's really moss growing in there. And this is the pillar that divided attention. Now let me know in the comments, would you have kept this? Let's see what we actually did with this later on in the video. Progress. All the ceilings have been boarded in the kitchen, and what was the utility today? Apparently this ceiling completely fell down, which is great. You've got the boarding going in for this, which as you'll remember is going to be the L-shaped banquet seating. Still a hell of a lot of work to do in here, like a lot. But we are getting there. And this is currently what our kitchen looks like. Things are slightly a little bit hectic right now, as our kitchen is now our living room. I mean, yeah, we've probably got 2 to 3 weeks of this, if I'm honest. We've got some lovely plaster up now. We've got another 2 days of plastering to go in here. We've got all the render on the open brickwork. But yeah, this is our L-shaped banquet starting to take shape. But there is a hell of a lot of work to do in here still. But we roll with it. We've got some plaster up here as well. Feels small. It feels small with everything in it, but got to trust the process. Last weekend, this kitchen floor was plied out by James. There's 1,000 screws here, believe it or not. This is basically so it's just a solid substrate for when we put the tiles on top. I'll also show you the tiles we've gone for. This is a bit of a different situation down here because this runs through to concrete, so we have nothing to screw into. So the old tiles are being removed here now, and then this has all got to be prepared, ready for tiling this weekend. But the plaster is all done. It took 4 days in here. The walls were such a mess. I will show you what it looked like before, but it's really starting to come together now. And we've got this opening here as well, which will form our banquet seating that I spoke about on my previous video. We've also got a gorgeous, gorgeous arch put in here, which I'm just in love with. It just adds such a softness to the space as you enter, a real touch of modernity, and it's going to be so gorgeous once it's painted. And then, yeah, this is situation, some kitchen stuff here right now. And then, yeah, I won't even go in here right now. It's just, yeah, this is our living room and it's a mess. And hello, little boy. Say hi. Hey, puppy. So yeah, this is our kitchen, guys. Ignore the mess. Yes, we are living like this right now. But yeah, I will get the towels out for you later to have a little look. And yeah, it's all going on, basically. Right, now we are going to get all the towels in from the kitchen. Well, we are in the kitchen. We're going to get all the towels in from the living room. We won't start tiling until tomorrow because we need to kind of get it all laid out. We've got some cement drying on the floor as well to level the kitchen and what was the utility together. But yeah, I'll show you the towels. I'll get everything in and then I'll show you what they look like. Bloody knackered. If you couldn't tell, I'm absolutely exhausted after that. Honestly, I'm telling you, a renovation is literally the hardest thing ever. But anyway, these are the tiles. Now, I'll give you a better look when we get these out tomorrow, but basically, if you want an affordable option that is like limestone, porcelain, concrete style, is a really, really good bet because it's still a little bit pricey, but it's really, really durable and it doesn't look as cheap as some porcelain tiles. These are actually from Cornerstone. They are 40 by 60 and we have got a hell of a lot of them and I can confirm they are absolutely really, really heavy. But yeah, once we get these out, I'll show you them. We've just decided what way we're going to run the tiles because these are actually going to be out into the hallway as well. And we're going to run them in this direction. So I'll show you more on that tomorrow. Chaos. Floor tiling.
Alright.
Let's go. We have got floor tiles. What a weekend. Absolutely knackered now, but they are coming up beautifully. Still loads of stuff everywhere, but we are making progress. Very, very exciting. Kitchen progress. James has been working hard. It is looking good. None of the handles on yet. We're going to do worktop next. None of this is fitted, but have not seen one of these for a while. But yeah, I'm really, really loving it so far. The colour is absolutely gorgeous. What's the colour of this one called? Was it Dove Grey?
No, Dusk Blue, I think.
Dusk Blue. This is Dusk Blue. So it's like a really... It's like a grey blue, but in different lights you see different shades. So it looks quite blue from here and it's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely loving it. Loving the colour. Really, really coming on now. Just can't wait to have a kitchen again. Really can't wait.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
Welcome to our new kitchen. I cannot wait to show you around. So the elephant in the room has always been the pillar, and I'm going to start with that because this pillar caused a lot of opinion. Any trade that came in the house was like, but you are knocking that down. And to be honest, there were two ways we could have gone about this. We could have knocked the pillar completely down and put a steel in, but what we would have had was a completely open plan space, which I know a lot of people like, but it would have meant there was no separation from our back door and also our downstairs toilet. And during the design, I wanted to create a really cozy kind of nook, lovely to sit down on. It's cozy, it's sociable, and by adding in the wall pack partially and adding in this little window frame, it's just created the most beautiful space. The light still flows through perfectly, it's not blocking that. And for us, it works really, really well. We've created a really lovely seating area. And what I love about banquet seating is that you can fit more bums around seats, so we could easily have 5 people sat around our table if we wanted to. And this is it from the side. We had this, James built all of this from scratch, and then we got this cushion, and my mum did a fab upholstery job on these seat cushions here. And one thing that I want to mention as well is this is not actually glass. So this is clear perspex, and it's so much cheaper than glass, but also it's got so many more reflective qualities. And what we did here is we've got safe play on our walls throughout our downstairs, and this woodwork colour that we feature on our skirtings and around here as well. This is Cargo by Coat Paints. I will link all of that in the caption for you. And then we've got this on the wall, which is actually a tea towel. I couldn't find anything I really liked, and I just love the texture that this brings and the colours, and it ties in beautifully with the kind of the coastal thing we've got going on. I'll link these lights in the description as well, because I can't remember where they're from. This is from UK Radiators, and because it's not a very large space, it just means that we could fit this in. We wouldn't be able to with a standard horizontal. And what we've got sockets and switches throughout in the kitchen, and this is Corsten in antique brass, and I just love the tactile feel of toggle switches. So pretty. Coming around to the main part of the kitchen here, this window, I want to talk about it because this is a really unusual thing that you don't get in a lot of kind of kitchens. And this window, whilst it's so unexpected, it's so perfect, because what you can see now is, this is north facing here and this is south, but when it's the morning we get such a gorgeous light coming in. It's just beautiful shadows, and if we were to board this up, it would make the kitchen look so much darker. And also, you may remember we had cabinets that were here when we moved in, and it just felt so cluttered, claustrophobic, and just stripping that back's made such a difference. You may choose to put like shelves up, but I haven't done that because I just feel it's going to add clutter, and from a practicality point of view, I wouldn't actually probably be using the stuff on the shelving. And this may be controversial to other people. This is a much more contemporary way of just concealing a cook hood, and we did that ourselves with batten and MDF, and I really like the finish. It works really well with the kitchen. And coming around here, this is our electrical consumer unit. So we've got this inside a cabinet, but we've just added these little shelves underneath, which just really sweet for like tea and coffee making, spices, and obviously pappy treats and cookies. And it just adds another unexpected element to a kitchen, having the open elements there. And what I will say is we face at the front here, and we may get some blinds put in at some point, but we've just got this cafe curtain that my mum made as well with sheer linen, and it's just the softest element to it. It feels cozy, it lets light in, but it gives us that privacy in here as well. And that's just another little close-up of the sockets. I absolutely love them. A few more details around here. And another thing, if you are planning a kitchen, add drawers. Oh my god, adding drawers here, it just is so much better than cupboards where you've got to bend down, especially for the stuff you're going to grab on kind of a daily basis. It's just perfect. That's one of my favourite elements in this kitchen, to be honest. And now this is our south end of the kitchen. You've got that gorgeous light coming through, but because it's not a very huge window, it doesn't get too intense in here, which is really nice. But the colour of these cabinets just keeps things a little bit cool. And what I haven't mentioned is where the kitchen's from. So this is actually from Howden's, and we really did this kitchen on a budget. So if you would be interested in hearing about the pricing, do leave me a comment below and let me know. I believe this was dusk blue, but I'll put everything in the caption below. Very similar to Farnball Denimes actually that we've got in our living room. It just adds a little bit of definition to the kitchen. It's not wishy-washy, and it pairs so well with the rest of the colours that we've got going on. And if you like coastal inspired interiors, you gotta have a blue. We've got this gorgeous ceramic sink here with brass hardware just to match the rest of the hardware in the kitchen, and I am loving it. It's not as forgiving as a plastic sink, I will say that, so you do have to be careful with it. This is our apple tree. Apple crumble season is coming very soon, and this view, just catch that as a vignette. It just looks gorgeous. What we've got here is, you may think we have a lot of cabinetry, loads of storage, but actually we never ever had a boiler before. So our boiler has been boxed in here. James did a fab job of adding these little bespoke shelves in here, so we have got some storage there too. And then next to it, this is our pantry cupboard. I don't know whether I want to show you this. It is a mess, but I really want to have loads of gorgeous jars in it eventually. I'll give you a quick peek. There you go. Hopefully I'll have some gorgeous jars and stuff in there at a later date. I remember this flooring earlier on in the video, and this is from Cornerstone, and it's really just gorgeous. So easy to clean, durable, it's got longevity, and it's just got that bit of an elevated feel to it. Now, it's so hard to believe what our kitchen looked like before, and actually the during stage, which I found one of the hardest parts of our entire renovation. We're so happy with the space. It works perfectly for us, and especially having a dog, with our floor tiles and the colour of the kitchen units. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think it's an improvement? I hope you enjoyed watching today's video and seeing this transformation, and I look forward to seeing you on my next one.